In 1921, Ricciotto Canudo published a paper defending cinema as the seventh art, placed along these other art forms. And you'd think that in the 100 years since, we would have dropped an eighth one by now, right? Well, it turns out we did, and, well, you know what it's called. You read the title of the video. YouTube poops take existing media and edit them to shit. This can take many forms: trippy visual effects, sentence mixing, or repeating the same snippet. So, placing an existing media into a different context is not new to art. We see it in collages, in pop art, in hip-hop via sampling, and even in something like video essays about media. But YouTube poops aren't like those examples because they take that which is coherent and craft from it incoherence. While the effect is supposed to be comedic, a lot of the time it makes zero sense and isn't that funny, at least not to me. There are recurring elements, part of a YouTube poop canon, that read a lot like inside jokes, and maybe the funniest one is when Eggman says, "snooping as usual" in a funny way.
Snooping as usual!
And so Pingus became a meme stand-in for penis. But Pingus also spawned in its own subculture. Take, for instance, the video of the word Pingus vocoded over a Kirby theme that spawned all of these derivatives. I use the word culture there, and that's exactly what this is, isn't it? A culture, but one comprised of nonsense. A space of creative production where there are no rules, no customs, apart from a handful of suggested guidelines. No subject is too niche or mainstream to be YouTube pooped. All is accepted, and the barriers to entry are as low as having iMovie or Windows Movie Maker installed on your computer. That said, the YouTube poop scene now, while still thriving, is markedly different from its upbringing. Whereas the YouTube poops of a nascent internet often tested the patience of the viewer by repeating a long clip many times with no changes in speed before rewarding you with the best joke near the end of the video, today's YouTube poops are alarmingly flashy, refusing to let a moment pass where the viewer might reflect on whatever the hell it is they're watching. In this, I see parallels to the history of cinema, you know, that seventh art. After film entered the hands of the people, once it was no longer a propaganda tool used by the state, the people, as it were, created slow, artistic pieces about ordinary people on shoestring budgets. Today, though, you rarely have films distributed. What you have instead are movies. Take those two words, film and movie. A film is a thin membrane or skin meant to be treated carefully and delicately. A movie has one goal in mind, and it's right there in the word, isn't it? To move. Doesn't matter to what end, just always move. Still, I'm beyond impressed at the level of technical skill involved in both modern movies and modern YouTube poops, but that still doesn't justify their existence for me. In that shift from reflexive to captivating, there's something. And don't bother asking me what, because I have no idea, but there's something that I feel that we miss out on.